You remember those books back in the day where it'd be Choose Your Adventure or even the Super Smash Brothers Choose Your Character? Well, today we're going to take a spin on that and talk about evaporated and sweetened condensed milk. So let's start off with talking about how these milks are actually similar. They are both real milk. The process to make the canned milk is quite simple. Basically, they just cook it down till about 60% of the water is actually evaporated out of it, and then they can it. That's about as similar as you're gonna get. So let's start with sweetened condensed milk. It's actually sweetened. For a long time, I thought it was sweet and condensed milk, which isn't wrong. When the water is removed from it, then they put back up to 40% sugar into the can. The condensed milk then becomes more syrupy, which they both are, but this becomes thicker and more yellow in color. And that's because it almost has a caramel or toffee look to it as it's been created. Now, sweetened condensed milk is good for a lot of your sweet desserts. Think like mousses, or some people might use it in tiramisu or tres de leche cake, which literally means 3 milk cake. It's also ideal for your no-bake desserts. So stuff that you don't cook in the oven, but you might cook on the stove. It's also used in drinks. So in a lot of Latin America and Brazil and places like that, even in Turkey, they'll use sweetened condensed milk for their drinks. And there's actually quite a few coffee recipes out there that require that when they make the drinks. Now, evaporated milk. So evaporated milk is just what it is. It is water removed from it, and then it's basically homogenized and canned. It is a shelf-stable milk. Some people will use it for their coffee as a substitute for half and half. And you can actually use evaporated milk to make your own homemade creamers. So you can make it as sweet or unsweet or any kind of flavor you want. Evaporated is also used a lot when it comes to soups because it gives it that creamy texture. Think tomato soup. It's also used as a thickening agent in some sauces. That's how you get some of those creamier pasta sauces. It's also a great addition to baked goods such as bread, where you don't want a sweet item in it because it gives you a fluffier texture without altering the flavor of the bread much. Substitution. So, can you substitute one for the other? Well, actually, yes, but no. So, evaporated milk, the savory one, you can use it in place of sweetened condensed. You can add sugar to it. Now, it's not going to be as sweet, so you're going to have to replace the sugar with either brown sugar or regular sugar or some type of sweetener, but you're going to lose that caramel flavor or that toffee flavor overall. Can you use sweetened condensed milk instead of evaporated? If you're making a sweet bread or a sweet dessert like a cake, you could use sweetened condensed. But that's kind of where it stops. Because of the sugar, you're going to alter any sauces, any soups of your recipe that you're currently working on. So, evaporated is great if you have to add sugar. Think pumpkin pie where you add sugar. But sweetened condensed is mainly for your desserts. And overall, it makes a great substitution for anything sweet that you need to put in a recipe. So I hope you enjoyed today's simple kitchen explanations, and I hope you stick around to see what we got planned next.